it is going to be one of those days. I've already had to start this video like 5 times. I don't know why. It's just words aren't coming out right. So I'm rolling with it this time though, guys. Happy Stitch Mania day number 14. Cheers. Excuse me while I take a sip from my cup that I'm so smitten with. Okay, let's move on since I'm already taking too much time doing this with all my restarts. If you're just joining me, welcome to my mobile studio, my Stitch Mania mobile studio, and thanks for joining me today. It is Tuesday, and just a refresher, this was what I chose yesterday as my whip. It's called Bird Study by Kathy Barrick, and sorry about that glare. It's beautiful. It looks way more beautiful, I can tell already from what I've stitched, than how it looks on here. Now, it calls for silks. I'm not using silks. I'm going to use just the DMC equivalent. I'm sure the silks would be amazing, and if you have not ever stitched with silks, you should try it. I stitched one thing with silks, a little biscorn U, and it was quite amazing how soft they were, but I'm a little too frugal to do silks very often. So this one I think would be just fine with DMC. And so this bag, okay, let me just show you the project first and show you what I've gotten done. As I suspected yesterday, because of my busy day, I didn't have any time to stitch. I actually did not put in one single cross stitch yesterday. And I do also want to say that I have my windows cracked today. It's actually a pretty pleasant temperature, but I thought I'd get a cross breeze going, and I hope that it's not, you know how sometimes your camera picks up every little noise. So the cars are probably going to be louder, the birds are going to be louder, and there might be wind blowing once in a while, but I just don't want to swelter in here again. All right. What was I saying about this? Yes, look at that. I don't know if it's focusing, but if you remember yesterday, I had a little corner stitched, and I went ahead and stitched across the border, did the words, had to do the word study twice because I was stitching along thinking to myself, because I don't usually like to stitch words, and was thinking to myself, these are really moving along quickly. And then I get to the O, and, you know, I check my landmark, which you should check your landmarks a little more often. I didn't. It wasn't lined up to where it should have been, and I'm like, what? So, yeah, I looked back, and I had made a mistake with the T, and that was not that big of a deal, but then somewhere along the line so there was a stitch up too far and over too far. So the word was just all wrong, and I'm like, you know, whatever, I just need to take that thing out and redo it again. It was easy. So I did that. I took out that, stitched this, and then thought I would go right for the head of the swan there. So I can just tell I love this one already. Don't want to put it down, and it's little, and it's just so cute. I love it. But it is MAYnia, so we need to put this one away and get another one going. I don't think there was anything else I was going to say about this. Oh, the sun went away. I have a nice diffused lighting, which not only makes my cross stitch look better, but it makes hopefully my skin look a little better too. Unlike yesterday's video, the second part of yesterday's video with the harsh lighting that accentuated all my wrinkles and my gray hair, and especially, I'm sure you guys noticed that one gray hair that I had hanging right in front of my eye when I was editing that was driving me bonkers. I'm sure it drove you all crazy. Hopefully you were just stitching and not looking at me, because I kept going, come on, Christine, wipe that hair away from your eye, in which I don't think I ever did. So sorry about that, guys. You were probably all at your screen going like, come on, Christine, get that hair out of your eye. Or maybe you didn't notice it. I don't know. When I edit, I look at every little flaw. So, but yeah, it was pretty annoying. Okay, so anyway, yes, it was bugging me because I don't remember why I started this, because I know it started after my last floss tube video, last update, and I don't usually just start things on a whim. Very rarely do I do that. So the fact that I had only had just a few little stitches in and then had left it made me think I started it for a reason. Like maybe there was a sow. You know, am I stitching this with somebody out there? If I am, if I'm doing a stitch along with you and I forgot about it, please let me know. or there was, you know, maybe a hashtag for something like, oh, if you have, you know, something with the bird or some stitches out. I have no idea. I can't think of any event that I would have, because I know I didn't start this for my birthday, which was April 20th, because I was working on the Biscornu and I was loving that, so I didn't have a new birthday start. And the only thing I could think of was maybe I had a first day of spring start, or there is a slight chance that I started it solely for the purpose of putting it in this new bag that I made, because I was gifted some of this fabric, and I know I keep saying I'm going to talk about that in my next video, but I will, so I don't want to rehash it here. But this is I'll show you the inside of that there. So I made this bag, and I think I might have just said, I've got the perfect project to go in that bag, which was bird study, because it has eggs on it. So let's just go with that. That's probably why I started it, and I don't know when. So, okay, moving on. Don't think you even cared about any of that babbling. Shall we pick today's whip? Excuse me while I take another sip. And, all right, let's pick one right in front. It's in a garden bag, so, my bags don't always coordinate with my projects. Sometimes I just throw them in whatever bag I have, so, and especially because some of my bags are duplicates. Okay, it's a garden bag. Feels kind of thick. Hold on, there's a car coming by. Yeah, I have a lot of traffic in front of my house, car traffic and foot traffic. Foot traffic because the Greenbelt is about 1.5 blocks away from me, so I get a lot of people walking in front of my house to get to the Greenbelt. And the road that runs in front of my street also is kind of like a thorough, it's one of the streets that goes all the way from one busy street to another busy street, so it's kind of like this cut through that everybody takes. So, like you really even care. Oh, I love this one. I was so happy. I am so happy I picked this one. I was wondering, when is that going to come up? Guys, I love this one. Okay, I don't know why I'm opening it, because I didn't show you the front. This was my New Year start, and if you've been following me, you might remember which one it is. It's a Lenarte kit, based on Marjolaine Baston's artwork that I just love. Next to Dimensions, these Marjolaine Baston Lenarte, is that how you say it? Lenarte, are just gorgeous. Look at that. Now, I have seen this finished somewhere. I was watching somebody's floss tube video. They showed a finish of this. Reflections Needlework and Framing Shop, I think it was Julie McConnell. I hope I got that right. She shows framed projects that her needle workshop does for people, and she showed this one, and I about fell off my chair. I had to go get it, and I luckily found it, and I don't remember where I found it, because these are hard to come by. As a matter of fact, guys, do you watch Cross Stitch with Luda? I don't think she watches my channel. If you do, Luda, hi. She's Russian. She does her floss tube videos in Russian and English, and everything she stitches is absolutely gorgeous. She stitches a lot of Dimensions kits, and then today, if you haven't checked out her channel, she goes through her stash of Lenarte kits, which aren't based on the Marjolaine Baston artwork that I like, but this other just amazing. They just have beautiful kits. So, and she said a lot of these kits are real hard to come by. So I feel very fortunate that I have this one. I don't know if this one's hard to come by. Sometimes you can find the printed pattern if you're looking for this, but this is actually the kit. It came with all of the, I'll just show you. So this is what colors of the floss look like. Rat's nest, of course. I need to swizzle or twizzle. I can't believe nobody told me what that was, twizzle or swizzle. Maybe it's neither. I'm just making that up. All right, let's see where I left off. So anyway, my plan is to do one of these Marjolaine Baston Lenarte patterns, one every year. Unless it's a small one, then I'll do two. But it's kind of like my year-long whip-along. Whip-along? Year-long whip-along? I don't even know if that's a thing. Let's see where I left off with this. Okay. Let me put something behind it. And this is where I am. That is the very center pumpkin in the middle of the project. I started in the middle. So yes, that's the top of Hold on. All right, let's see if I can do this like a pro. There we go. It's that little one right there. Okay, so we all know I'm not a pro. Trying to get the lighting good for you guys. Oh, jeez. I will edit this out. There we go. Can you kind of see? It's that pumpkin right there. And I've got a lot to stitch. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. That's all there is to say about that. My goal is to get this done by the end of the year. So let's hope we can do it. And I'm really excited that I get to work on that today. And I just may have even a little bit of stitching time later. So we are at 11 minutes. So I'm going to say goodbye. But I will be back tomorrow with an update with this. And I think that's nothing else. There's nothing else more to say about that. Ending these are always awkward. So I'll let you go. Okay. Bye, guys.